So what is the problem with that inline validation method? The first problem is with what it actually means. It can mean putting, the error message near the field that has an error, but it's a little bit more commonly used to describe showing an error as soon as someone is done filling out the input. I've seen so many people suggest this as a blanket way to make forms more accessible without providing any proper context or drawbacks. It is absolutely an option, but just like with everything else, it should be applied to those situations where it makes the most sense. So the best example I can think of is when you're creating a new password. It's going to be really useful to provide maybe that strength meter, whether that's actually more secure is a separate issue. If the password has some kind of requirement, like capital letters or special characters, notifying some of that in the help text is helpful. But then notifying them, as they're typing, or once they've left the field, that could help prevent that additional cognitive load and a better user experience. Though again, the usefulness of those requirements is questionable. But what if someone just wants to tab through a form to get a sense of what's there? They're seeing this form, maybe they're using a screen reader, and so they want to get a feel for, how many fields, what kind of fields are there, what am I going to need to know about this form? Maybe somebody's scrolling down or clicking on something, and then they, move to another field. That's going to trigger a ton of unnecessary errors that are distracting and frustrating. It can be helpful, though, to know what errors might be triggered without having to submit the form and then go all the way back through the form to fix them. And for really long forms, it's important to include relevant headings, which would be an easier way for someone to navigate the form rather than, tabbing through every field and triggering those inline validations. They can, go through the form with the headings, but it's all about balance and what's best for your particular form. If you decide to use this inline validation method, you need to thoroughly test it across all types of technologies. Does it get read out to a screen reader? Is the message that's being displayed on the screen something that is being announced as well? Does it only appear after someone tabs away? Or is it something that happens as someone is typing individual letters and therefore, announcing out to a screen reader every time somebody types a letter? Is it something that is actually helpful for this particular form, or is it a distraction? And is the usage consistent across all types of forms on your site? Now, that doesn't mean you have to use the same method for every form, but is how you're validating these things consistent across all forms? Otherwise, just wait until someone's decided they're ready to submit the form and let them submit it, and then provide them with the appropriate error messages so they can go fix the problems.